fine, but it's the avatar that's the problem. So the real-time avatar is owned. We can turn that off. We could just say fuck it. Anybody could edit the data, because the important thing is that it's the transform is always owned, right? Like that's the real-time avatar, whatever the fuck it is owned. Whatever.
The funny thing is, I know, like, I was there for your conversation about like the whole thing, so I know that. It's just I thought somehow I could get the ownership to work like without touching the fucking.
That was me too. I thought I could request ownership for a second and then give it back. Nope. Unfortunately not. But it's all Gucci. All right, but in better news, this is the first time we've been able to, I think, do a proper code review in a minute, because we've just been in like figure it the fuck out mode for playtests. So I think today we can definitely do like a proper review, proper merge. I think it's good for Akan too, just to work through the whole thing with us. Because I gotta merge my customization shit with your. I've like made the edits, so we should just like merge it so that you have like the new input actions and the new input manager and player event bus shit.
Right.
So that's a bare minimum, but Albina, before we dive into just the linear first, because we should dive into the linear and
linear etiquette, man.
Yes.
I'm gonna have some stuff going forward for us, but yes.
Oh, okay. Very
Hold on, one sec.
Yeah.
One sec before we get started.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
Katie's got something to say. Go. You have the floor.
Oh, I would rather merge on Friday between us, you and me, Ward.
Okay.
Because currently I'm in the middle of transitioning from my old player health bullshit to the new dictionary system. So I would rather hold.
Does that include the player event bus and like all those things? Or is it just...
And I did make changes to player event bus. So...
Okay. I mean, to be honest...
If you insist,
I think it would be good to do. But like, let's look through the project first. Like, let's look through the project first. Let's see where we're at. And we can make some decisions on it.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
So the goal is to merge both of y'all's things to staging because they're codependent.
I think because if we develop more like separately, then we'll just have a bigger merge later, basically, because that's probably what's going to happen.
I agree. So yeah, the closer we can all get to like parity, at least with the avatar. Yeah. Because I mean, even in mine, I have a prefab that is for avatar with hands that y'all don't have. So like, this is gonna be a problem. So yeah, if we could solve that today, like avatar is good. Yeah. I think that's the like goal.
Yeah.
Of that merge.
Okay. Well, we'll dive into that at some point, and we'll make it as like minimal as we can.
Right.
Okay. Well, first and foremost, it's been 2 solid weeks, I think, since we had our first planning phase, right? For June, well, for this August. For August, I should say. You're right. So I think from my end, I feel pretty decently on track. That first week where like there was that dumbass like normcore issue with model, it's like not being added and shit. That I lost like a couple of days of progress to that, which is a little frustrating. But we baked in bullshit into this. That's why we're trying to do it as aggressively as we are. So I felt like I caught back up with the customization, to where like we have basically the entire system that we had in Photon, minus any polish, minus any like sense of like, but just the raw system is in Normcore now and functional, tested with the Mina. We've tested with late joiners, so like parts are on cars, parts are from a data standpoint on cars, so like there's the data end that we can hook up with stats and all that shit. That's all hooked up. So I can consider like the refactor of customization in full to be finished. Now that still leaves like what we needed to do with the rest of customization, which was like all the polish, all like the, you know, the even some of the player testing to get a feel for like, do we need to bump this system up a pax, like, and so that like is still needs to be done and needs to be somehow fit in with the rest of the, you know, the stuff that we need to do, because we have a lot of other shit that we have on our plate. So I think what I need to do is I need to set some new milestones for what the second half of part customization is with all the polish, and like what make those things really discreet and clear, and just make some creative decisions on what we need for like the minimum version of it. And I can set those out and basically just like extend like the parts project, or the car customization project I should say rather. But you know, I'm on track so that I can kind of comfortably start to work on like the addressables, which is like the next major thing that we need to go. So I would say we're on track. At least I feel I'm on track on my end. How about you, KT? How do you feel like you're doing?
Likewise, I think I'm decently on track with a lot of things. I also did lose a few days because of the misunderstanding of the health system. But you know, now I feel like with this new understanding, like I just set it up, should be alright. Now I can successfully add players to this dictionary, and now all I need to do is having a central manager to manage not only health, but in the future, in a game state perspective, we might be able to create a similar thing for the score, which is, you know, big progress, I think. When we want to sync any sort of like data that's going to be changed by another player in the game, we're going to adopt sort of like this model, like this approach, and hopefully have like a smooth result with the new understanding. So like in terms of raw mechanics, combat wise, I don't think there's much left. I think that the shield is going to be pretty easy to implement. I'm like still procrastinating on that because I know that's like the easiest part. I'm mainly dealing with damage and healing right now. So my goal is still, like I said, by this Friday, the code review this Friday, I want to be able to play with you guys, just to see what's happening with the combat system. But if that for some reason doesn't happen, I will make sure it happens over a weekend so that at least on Monday we can do that. But either way, we are going to start polishing combat system next week with Edward. So I might try to get a list of like effects and whatever shit I need from him, and I might like CC Akon on this, just so that, you know, both of you have like a heads up on a lot of stuff that I will probably be looking for. And yeah, and my hope is that I can get this out there this week. And technically I do have till like June 30 as like my final deadline for polished combat system. So that gives me like 2 weeks.
Right. Right, but that is including like FX and everything, basically.
Yep.
So.
Yep. So. Yep.
Cool. Well, yeah, I guess stepping back into like some of my things, just specifically on the milestones, because I was thinking about this, Albina, to your point, linear etiquette. I stepped through like the parts, basically list here, like, so for instance, like we need the intrinsic stats. They need to work in Sandbox and GSG. They need to save to the inventory, affect the car. I have the scaffold for now all of that. So there are a couple of things that were in the nice to haves that are not yet included, which is like clipping into each other, for instance. Like we currently allow that. Parts can still technically be sort of like freely placed around the chassis. So I need to still have like a conversation with Edward about sometimes separating meshes where we can, if we want to try and keep them off the wheels and all that shit. But I file that firmly in the nice to have section, to the extent of where like if it came to it and we had to cut that in terms of scope, I'm happy to do that. So that's where like I put that stuff in as like a if I have like really free time and I've gotten ahead on a couple of things, I have a backlog of issues that I'm gonna actually add to. So Benna, I'd love your input on how we could add a backlog for some of these nice to haves. Like if it's just a separate project that we could add like milestones to and move these milestones from like these projects, or if we want to do it more on like a like issue basis or milestone basis or something like that.
I mean, well, this for me in my head is more like to track all work and to see like milestones over time.
Yeah.
So like it really only helps if we put like times on these milestones and try to estimate when they were finished, so we can have like the record of when they're finished. So at the minimum in a project, and I didn't explain this when we started, so like it's all me, is like these milestones need an issue, at least one per thing, or else like they don't really get tracked on this calendar.
That's right. Yeah.
But like once you have, so like really the most important part is like, are the milestones accurate? Because they'll correspond to issues, and like that, I think we can just make issues with the same names to keep it simple. But like just our milestones are our best guess of every feature. Basically, that's our feature list for all of these things. It's whatever we put in these milestones. So I mean, as accurate as we can make it in terms of time and scope and like what it is, even if we have to put future milestones and they're really far, I think it does help. So like to your point, like our customization is wrapped, but we have a milestone in here that's like inventory related. So like maybe we just remove it and then we can accurately like say car customization is wrapped. And that's an inventory level thing, and we can accurately say how long accounts and inventory should take. So like that's more kind of what I'm thinking with it. As far as backlogs, like I know there's going to be shit that breaks as we build. So my hope is that like QA is this backlog, but it's like everything that we're planning in our project can be in a backlog state, but it is shit that we're going to do. So even if it's in here as an issue, case in point, like I have some like backlog issues that are going to happen. I don't have a good date on when we're gonna set up CCD. I need like card and billing info and shit. But I have it. I'll give it my best guess, but I'll at least give it a milestone. And that milestone is all I really care about from us. Is like, what's our best guess on these milestones? So like, when do I think I'm gonna have working name tags on the player? Well, shit, like I'm thinking end of July we should have portals with matchmaking and like name tags with your Oculus account name, because we should have Oculus accounts connected because we already have like the other stuff. So I guess, I mean, for this, we've already done it, right? So retroactively doesn't really help us. It is just a nice to have. But going forward for like some of these bigger things, I think like weeks in advance is when we can create this milestone list and place our best guess for like what's week 1, what's week 2, what's week 3. Because I mean, we only realistically have like 6 weeks left, so it's not a lot of time. But yeah, like just being able to be precise about it, I think would help us.
Okay, cool. Because also, yeah, to your point, like, you know, like we had originally mapped out that like I would start working on the data layer right now for Get Set Go, but like addressables is way more high priority because it has to deal with live ops. So I probably need to just push this project back, you know, like probably like a full cycle basically, and and then probably add milestones to like live ops that you know I'll add issues under essentially for addressables. And
so we have this one milestone for like the cloud build addressables so just add tasks and like again like drag them out, and like that could be, I think it's just like a good way for us to get context into each of these projects, because like we don't exactly know.
Right.
Like y'all don't exactly know what's matchmaking until I'm like, this is what I made. But we can have a plan going forward, just so that it's like, you know what should be coming and when.
Right. Yeah. Also, that's a really good point that I think, so even if you're not like owning a project, I think it's actually a really good thing to just throw the milestones that we do in whatever we feel like is where they fit. So like I initially put like the addressable stuff that I made in parts because I was like, it's just what I'm currently working on. It makes sense. But like in reality, it's a live ops issue. But I can still assign the milestones and all the issues under them to me, you know? So like when I check those things off, the milestone will get completed. But it'll like prevent us not seeing issues. Like I've even like had things where I've like, because I put it in car customization, I didn't realize that like, you know, this is like an important issue or something like that, because I just kind of had it in the wrong category basically.
I feel like that's the kind of shitty part about linear, is that it's like not obvious, but there is like one way you're supposed to do shit. They just don't really like enforce that you do it, which is dumb. But yeah, if we can drag these milestones out and just give our best guess, I think we can get like really good about that first week of July. And that's, I think, where like that's our progress on Get Set Go, the game mode. Because by then, I mean, we have portals now and we're working on scene transitions. Those are the two like prerequisites for Get Set Go. The second we're in Get Set Go, we have combat by then, we have scene transitions, we have matchmaking, and we have cars, we have customizing. So like now it's just this game mode in July. But it's really open. Like we don't really know what that means. We haven't defined what that means. We just know that there's these domains. They need some shit. We have a contract, but we haven't got granular. And so I'm just saying, like, to know our next 2 weeks out is just my goal at the moment. If we can get further, dope. But just the next 2 weeks keeps us at a good, like, we know it's on the horizon, so we know like our timing and pace.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I guess we could start. I mean, we know like all of this shit. I think as we go through the week, like maybe Friday, maybe another time, it would be good for us to like have another kind of planning thing to put these things down, or maybe we can do it async. But yeah, just to like get all of these mapped out, maybe not QA, but yeah, would be helpful.
Yeah, for sure, actually.
Might be. Yeah, I mean, but like we could do that at another time because we still have to review code and merge some code.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I like where we're at currently. Like, I think we're in like a decent place, and I think we can let's put some time, like commit some time on Friday to like, I think that's actually a decent thing to do in general. It's like, because Friday is just the end of the week. Like, we can, like, if nothing else, always we'll just like reorg just all linear. Like, we'll just, is this issue done? Is it not done? Let's type in all the issues that we've done that we don't have on here, so we know like we've kept track, and like we'll just do like a nice audit, and it'll probably be a good thing to do.
Yeah.
All right, word. Okay, well, going specifically into the merge. It's been a minute. I gotta pull up the procedure here.
Yeah, we basically we go to the branch, you like diff it, explain what changes I've made, and then we do like a play test if there needs to be one. And then
that's right.
I think guess the thing is when there's conflicts, it's like the conflict etiquette is like you have to fix that conflict on your branch and push it up.
Right. Yeah, we gotta merge the conflicts, retest to make sure it all works and it's kosher, and then we push it back up. So I think you had it perfect. So first we diff changes, old versus new, put in notes, all that kind of stuff. Check for dependencies, any of those kind of things. 2 is the visual code review. 3 is everyone jump on the same branch. If we need to test, we do a group play test for whatever acceptance criteria we need. 4 is the last chance for qualitative feedback. So like, does anything need to change? The 5 is the merge to staging. 6 is everyone jump on staging. We do the same, like, is everything kosher? And then 7, we're good. And if we need to, we kick the APK build, but we don't, 7's the optional step, pretty much. So, yeah, I think we can start with, let me just make sure everything's fucking pushed on.
Don't skip, I swear.
Yeah, fuck you. All right, here we go. I did write I wrote a better comment last time.
You skipped the comment and said, fuck you. Wild.
Just practicing what I preach here.
Right, we just talked about etiquette.
I know. Yeah, just throwing that all out the window.
Put the comment in after. You can click here and write it still.
Yeah, you can do that after.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, you can literally just do it after.
I didn't know that.
No hope.
Yeah. Alright, anyway. So the KT, are you all pushed up too for what you currently have?
Yes.
Alright.
Yep.
So let me I will merge your changes down into mine.
Sure.
If there are conflicts, then
I'll tell you. Yep. Yeah. I think there will be about 2-3 scripts will probably have conflicts. It's not a lot, I don't think.
Word.
So since we merged the last time, I added something to input event bus just because I needed like a trigger release event. You probably already have it, but I had to add it for the sort of holding down and shooting mode.
Are you still on driving playtest?
Yes.
Then you have no right to talk. you have no right to chirp from the fucking cheap seats in driving playtest, bro. What the fuck?
What branch are you on?
I'm on main/Rourke, like a fucking normal human being, bro. There's a whole branch with your name on it. Bro, move.
Too outdated.
You can just merge it, bro. Like it's like one day of just shifting it all over. Not even. It's like, and you can do it in an hour. All right. Anyway.
I'd rather create a new one.
Yeah. Yeah, a new yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. So it looks like we got some input manager stuff, player event, hand controller. That's pretty straightforward. So let's start the diff. I'll share screen so you can actually see what the fuck's going on.
Yep. Get the Miku out of the way too.
Nah, shut up. She's staying. Okay. Let's start with input manager. All right. So for context, left side is KT's, right side is mine. So yep, to your point, there's this on left trigger canceled and on right trigger canceled.
Is this on the share screen? This is not.
Oh, is it not? Oh, fuck. Did I fuck that up? I might have shared the wrong shit. My bad. Here we go. There we go. All right, here we go.
Right.
So, on the left, so KT, this is what you mean by like the released thing on trigger canceled?
Exactly.
Is that like you just let the trigger go?
Yes. Okay. Same as grab. So as you can see, like we had that for grab, but we didn't have it for trigger.
Right.
Because we thought trigger was just like a one-time thing, right?
Right.
But now, with more complicated battle combat system, we need that.
How do you get the raise trigger released, or like the trigger released thing in the? Hold on. In your interface, so like in edit hand mode, there's like on trigger released or whatever. Like where does this come from?
So go to VR sticky hand controller. So like the central script for that. So this is the interface,
right? And
basically that has like all that method. They are in every single hand mode.
Right.
So every single hand mode has different things to do when you release trigger, when you release grab, when you press grab, when you press trigger, right?
Right.
And that all goes back into the VR sticky hand controller.
Right. Okay. So
that's how you called it.
Right. So you didn't. When I merged this thing, we didn't have a handle trigger release. There was no like. So this.
We actually did.
Oh, we did.
We did, but we didn't have it in the event bus, so it does nothing.
Oh, that's what I meant. We had the interface. We just didn't have the actual like method that called it, basically.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. Well, in which case, I think this conflict will be pretty chill. So all I did is I added the joystick click for the fucking bullshit. So what I can do.
This is a great time where we can try to edit the script in this
in the diff
fucking window.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is actually a good opportunity for that.
Trying to do that.
Abina, remind me how the fuck you do this. You there's like a specific way, right?
Yeah, I need to know which is which. Click on semantic diff up at the top.
Yep.
Does it say like
this one's KT?
And it shows. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I think it still lets you edit code in this one. It just shows you like, some more shit. Yes. No.
I don't think so.
Right. Some shit. Does it? No.
Nah.
On the right side.
Oh, on the right side. You're right. Nope.
No. All right. I guess you gotta go text mode.
What? Oh, text. Oh, yeah. That might be right.
Yeah.
Also no.
Okay.
Wait,
is this in the merge?
It's in the merge, yeah. So it's like in the conflicts.
If it's too much trouble.
No, it's good to learn. I always forget how to do this. And change editor font, bro. Imagine Comic Sans in this bitch. That'd be crazy. Cancel. Is it like the contributor shit? Is that what allows you to do it? No.
I don't remember. You just started typing and it worked.
Diff source to destination. Yeah, it's funny because the cursor comes up.
But you can type.
It's like, yeah, it's not letting me type. Hold on. Let me just look it up real quick. It's gonna take like a second. Let me check real quick if okay, no. Huh. All right. Well, fuck it. The visual diff. All right. Well, we'll just do it in editor. So, all right. So you added this. In which case, what I'll do is I'll keep mine and I'll just add these events.
Yep.
And that'll be pretty easy. Okay. Okay. Nah, fuck it.
No.
I'll give up on it.
Yeah,
Destination changes. Yep. All right. So number 2, event bus.
Similar shit.
Yep. So on trigger release, raise trigger released. I'll just do the same shit. So let's make a note. In our. Let me bring up my notepad here. All right. Add. All right. What is this? Input manager. Re-add. Alright, and there's 2 of those, and then alright. Player event bus. So Devᯅ source and destination. We want to add a static event for on trigger release. And we want to add the actual method.
Notepad.
Yeah. What? You want me to be in Vim or some dumb shit? Fuck you.
Nope. Admiring your notepad.
Yeah.
Let me open my IDE real quick.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me open my
Notepad is trash, bro.
Yeah. What was it? It was
Speak my words, sir.
It was fucking. I can't remember what was before Vim. It was like some other shit. I don't know. It was a version of Notepad, right? Was it Notepad plus plus or something like that, right?
With the chameleon
plus.
Yeah.
They opened a Notepad before the fucking terminal. That's great.
It was something like that. It was just like a text editor, basically. Like that's what all the lightweight code editors are. They're basically just a text editor, more or less. Like,
yeah.
All right. Keep destination changes. Pastry sandbox. It's gonna be a complicated diff because it's a fucking scene. But what did you change, my boy? And did you change anything?
Yes.
Did you put any managers in there? Is it a different version of the player? Is it
I did put a manager in it, but you don't need that.
Alright.
And okay, fuck. I remember the prefab we made, the avatar thing?
Yeah.
I forgot to update the prefab. So
okay, that's fine.
That's missing.
Oh, okay. Well, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna.
I can do it right now. Like,
duplicate. Well, first off, just create a new scene instance. So different scene, for whatever you're doing. Just make sure it's duplicated. And then I'll take my version of this one, and then just update the prefab. So just in case you got anything else in there, because I gotta push this back to you eventually.
So you mean make a copy of Pastry Sandbox save build?
Yeah, and just call it the KT, your KT, whatever. And just make sure it's saved. It's got everything in there that you want. And so that we can keep this one to be me.
Okay.
All right, sticky hand controller. That is probably the event handler, right?
Give me one sec. Wait.
Yep.
Oh, the fuck?
That is pretty much it.
Let me do a push. Duplicated pastry. Updated avatar. Alright, that's pushed.
Alright, well, I will remerge.
We're seeing.
And then I just need the on enables. And on disable. All right. I will also keep mine then. And all right, let me cancel the merge here. All right, let's go back to the branches and do it again. All right. Merge keeping destination, and destination. Okay, so we have, let's resolve some conflicts and let's get some comments in. So merging down from KT, added, trigger, canceled, events to input manager. Player event bus. Added, trigger, canceled. Handlers to VR sticky hand controller. Goal. Trigger canceled, added to allow for on trigger release method in interface in hand mode. There we go. Interface to be called. Okay. Miscellaneous. Pastry. Okay. Checking in the merge. Save. All right. And we will update the workspace.
Sorry, I just.
I've been playing rematch, KT. Been getting your.
I was gonna say it starts tomorrow.
Yeah. That's our game for Friday. It's time.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's hard.
Yeah, obviously, bro. Fuck. What, you think it's gonna be a cakewalk?
As a former global 60 eFootball player, this is nothing like eFootball.
Damn.
Damn, bro. Bro,
It's more like a fucking combat game.
destroyed.
It's like a fighting game.
Well, yeah, it's made by the guys who made Shifu, so makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know what got them to think that tackling from behind is okay, but that's the state of the game. It's bullshit.
No fouls, bro. No harm, no foul, bro. No fouls. Can't stop the play. All right, so I need to let's start off with input manager. Thank God it's all right. We need all right. Alrighty, and then da-da-da-da-da. Alright. Alrighty. Coolio, and then on to player event bus. Get the fuck out of here. Alright. So a con is actually a decent intro into a couple of the design patterns that we kind of work with for the game. They're in game development. There's, like other object-oriented programming things, if you're doing it that way, there's design patterns that are pretty similar, like in other things in software. Like I'm sure Abina can speak a lot more to like where game development is kind of somewhat similar to web dev in a lot of ways. So one of the patterns that we run in the game is observer. So, and basically the goal of the observer pattern is to where, like, instead of having a bunch of scripts that reference each other directly, basically to where it's like, I need to reference you, you need to reference me, so I can call functions directly on your script. We use what's called an event bus, which is essentially a static thing. So it's not a manager that's in the scene or anything like that. It just like exists in the files of the game. And whenever a script, like you can basically have scripts raise an event, which is basically them like literally raising their hand, being like, this happened. So in this particular case, we have like on trigger pressed. So like the input manager, whenever you press the trigger, the input manager raises the event that a trigger was just pressed. And then you could have other scripts register to listen to those events. So basically like, hey, they'll register for like on trigger pressed. So like whenever that event gets raised, they they like respond to it and they can call a method. And you can even pass data along those things. And that basically allows you to have scripts that can talk to each other without ever having to know they exist. So you never have to like find references for those scripts. You never have to like find those things. It keeps it nice and modular. And you can have multiple things listen to one discrete event, right? So if like, think about attaching a part to the car, right? Like that's one thing in the game world, but in reality, like you could have 7 different things that respond to that one thing happening, right? Like the part actually gets attached to the car, so we need to update like a scoreboard with the stats of the car or something, and then an effect needs to be spawned, and it needs to be a specific kind of event because it's a specific kind of part, and then like maybe the players need to get a notification on their like HUD or something if we had one that like a part was just added, and if you like wanted to make that just by like directly injecting like all the references for all these necessary scripts, every single time you wanted to add something, you would have to have every single script like know to add that another manager or another class or something like that, and it becomes spaghetti really quick. With this, you can, all you need to do is just add that another like listener. You just need to have that one script just now listen to this event, and now we can, handle it. Gotcha. So it allows us to be like, yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, in your like script, if I'm running like a effects manager script, then I just have to reference the observer script, and from there I get like a notification that this has happened and this needs to happen.
Very close, not even. You don't even have to do that. I'll show you how it works on the other side here in a second. Whenever the trigger... Alright. Alright, and...
I've never seen someone who likes typing so much.
Me? Or Abina? Oh.
You.
Yeah.
It's literally the same shit as the line above, and you choose to type it.
Yeah, I just like to stay sharp, bro. Fuck you.
Copy paste, bro. Copy paste.
Bro. Because to me it internalizes the fucking, like sometimes if I'm working with chat low key, I will type it out. I'll type the whole fucking thing out. I won't copy it because I'm like, I need to like learn. I need to like internalize.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it's chat.
What?
Yeah.
Which part of it makes sense?
Because I need to know like what it
is.
Like,
Yeah, like I
just
can
read it.
I can just
read it.
It doesn't tell me, bro. It doesn't
Paste
tell me.
it in and read it.
No.
You have eyes
Have
for
you
a
ever
reason.
heard?
You don't need your head.
Have you ever heard? Listen, read, write, learn. Right? Like you gotta like.
How about
It's
you-
that.
how
It's
about
that
you,
like
like,
multi-stage
shout it out
process
as
to
well?
crystallize knowledge.
How about you lick it, huh?
Bro, he doesn't know. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. Okay. I mean, in fairness, KT to you, if Copilot like gives me a good like and it gets it right, I'll hit tab 100%. All right. So this is like the event bus, right? So like basically this like event gets raised, right? So this is what it looks like on the other end. So we have the VR sticky hand controller, right? This is like, it listens to these events from the player event bus. This is all you need to do. So like on enable, you just add these. This is basically it. You go like player event bus, which is the static thing, and you're subscribing to it. You're saying like, whenever this event gets raised, this method gets called. And that's it. That's the whole flow. Like, so there's no direct reference to the event bus because this thing doesn't exist in the scene. It's not like it's not a script that's on an object. It's static. It's literally just like I mean, there's no other way to say it. It's static. It does not have any scene context at all. You literally, this is literally just what it is. And then after that, you can do whatever the fuck you want. You can have a method. You could call multiple methods at once if you want. But that's usually the pattern, and that's how you get the linkage. So what we need here is we need a private void handle trigger released hand side to side. All right, and then what was the fucking? Current mode. Lovely. Alright, so yeah, player event bus on trigger released. And now we've just registered, right? And the only thing you want to make sure you do is you deregister. So that basically like that prevents memory leaks. So like whenever the component isn't alive or has been destroyed, like you don't have something in memory like calling a method that doesn't exist, basically. And now we're hooked up. So it saves a shitload of time, right? Like it saves like time, computation, everything, makes your life a lot easier. Sometimes the event bus can get like the general rule is when you want to use this pattern is only really when like you just really need modularity, or more specifically when there's multiple things subscribing to one event. If you got only like this thing going to one place, like basically you should probably just have a direct reference. Like that's probably the easiest way to do it. Because otherwise these like it can get kind of confusing because you got these events happening and they're disconnected and you have to like debug it quite like verbosely to like, okay, this thing triggered an event and then like this event went over here and then this thing called this, and it can be like you know, so you don't need it all the time, but it is really helpful when you use it. Okay, KT, I think that was it. I just added those things in. So I'll save this, compile it. Before we push it back, if everybody...
There's some scene setup we need to do.
There is?
Yes, because we have 2 scenes right now, right?
Right, that is right, yeah. That is a good point.
And which scene do you want to go with? Sir, the pastry sandbox one or mine?
We will go. It's just good to edit mine so that I'm on parity with you, basically, because then when I push it back to you, we're good.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll walk through the setup, but it should be very close.
So let me get this the fuck out of the way. All right. Pastry, sandbox. All right, here we go.
Can you like share your screen?
Yeah, didn't I share the whole thing?
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Am I tripping? Oh, you are. My bad.
All good. No worries.
Um.
All right, so let me just real quick. Fucking. There we go. All right, let me load this in. All right, so I've loaded the other sandbox in. What else am I missing?
Health manager, but do you need it now? Might as well just put it in at the bottom.
Health manager. Yeah, perfect.
This is work in progress.
Okay. So Gucci. I'll just throw it in for now. And that's pretty much it, right?
And then yeah, look at the avatar. Well, it's a prefab now, so it should be good.
Yeah.
But this prefab does not have your changes on it, so you might want to look at it.
Right. But as long as you change the prefab, then it'll add the it'll add your stuff to mine, but it won't destroy mine.
Oh, that's I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah, because mine's scene dependent, right? So mine's all it does is it changes the baseline. So it changes like what's considered default, basically.
Yeah. Well, that looks pretty solid. I think it's updated.
Well, in which case then,
Right,
let me remove this. Don't save that. I will save this, and it is now time for branch test. So, let me really quickly make sure that my branch is live. Clearing branch, confirming, or clearing log. Confirming KT merge for testing new avatar. Alright, my branch is pushed up, so if you all would like to switch over to my branch, we can get down to business.
You, sir, bold. See you pushed up to your branch without running.
Say what?
I see you didn't run this and you pushed up to your branch.
All right.
I said you are bold.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
How about you run it first?
Yeah, fuck it.
Before we all upload it.
That's a good point. I'm not get ahead of myself. Let's take my hat off.
A hat?
The sad part about VR development does not it's not super compatible with fashion. Actually it is, but just in a different way.
It's compatible with your hat cap.
Oh, by the way, who's fucking with the new like Questlink, you know, like splash screen? You know? Like the new vibes, like when you launch Questlink, it's like it's got this like aura to it.
Am I not updated? What are you talking about?
Bro, you gotta update.
Look, it's clean.
Game changer.
I hate that it takes so long.
It does.
It takes like a second for me now.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's always when I run all three, like when I'm running streaming, virtual camera, and fucking screen share. Like the frame rate on Questlink is my PC's fucking struggling, bro. New text. All right, well, that's fine.
Switch mode, and you shall see.
All right. Well, first let me just make sure everything's still. All right, that's normal. Switch mode. That's the customization mode. All right, that works.
The hands are still there for customization.
Yeah. The hand actually stays right where it is. It's kind of funny.
I would disable the render for that.
Yeah. That's in the field of polish.
Good.
All right. Other mode. I have 3. I'm guessing that's the bullet. Yes, it is.
Yep.
Wicked.
Reload and hold it down.
What is reload?
Grab.
Okay.
You gotta hold it.
That might be a decent.
Hold down trigger.
Right. Okay, and then hold down trigger. Cool.
It's got a customizable fire rate.
That's
even
nice.
fire range.
I fuck with that.
Also projectile.
Nice.
Try heal mode.
Alright, heal mode. It says 2.
Good. 2 warps.
Oh, that's fun. Alright, cool. That's some titties. Okay.
Yeah, except they don't do shit.
Well, hey, that's fine. And, like,
as of now.
Alright, then that's grab mode. Alright, nice.
Grapple.
Grapple. Oh yeah,
grapple on the ground.
Grapple and grab, right? And then back to customization.
Get Inspector Gadget VR.
Yeah, for real, bro. Holy shit. All right, lovely. Well, cool.
What's that pink thing?
It's a line renderer that's bugged out. It doesn't need to work, to be honest. So like, I will take it out. All right.
Right now, the parts, they won't come off the mesh, right?
They will. So that's still technically, because that wasn't part of like the requirements of the last system.
Yeah.
So it's just like if I can move them, you know.
And they turn red, I see.
So they basically, that's just the little bit of indicator. Like start polish, which was just like, oh, I can grab this object basically. Yeah. But it's not perfect, because if I like move my arm or something, like I can still get out of the way of it basically. The funny part is the fucking raycast is actually on the fucking hand. It's on the little like it's not on this, it's on that. So
we need a new visual.
But if I like move it out of the way, you know,
mode.
But if I like move it back in the way, you know, yeah, so you know, there's some shit, but it's all there.
Why don't you have the hand tip still follow the controller even in customization mode? So
I didn't know how that worked. I didn't know why, because all I did is I just turned off the sticky hand controller or whatever the fuck it was, or something is controlling the hand that I don't necessarily know about that is causing it to turn off. I don't really know why. So that was the limit of my knowledge. I was gonna sync up with you and figure that out later.
Yeah, that was actually really easy. That's not part of the sticky hand controller. Actually, every mode controls its own hand tips. So if you look at gun mode, there's like 2 lines of logic that basically makes the hand tip follow the controller.
Oh, that's what hand tip is. Okay, I didn't think about. All right, well, either way, if we want, we can actually, we can just fix that real quick right now. Might as well just address it.
Just do it now.
So in edit hand mode, this is my shit. You're saying that there's like I've seen it before. Let me
go to gun hand mode or any mode, and you'll see it.
Yeah, enter mode, controller hand tip position, right? This is what it is?
Yes, and also in tick.
Okay, got it.
So, enter mode, it snaps it back, and then in tick, which is called on every frame or every tick, it follows, and that's about it.
Got it. Alright, let me. You're gonna hate. So something also that doesn't really matter, but like,
wait.
So. I do all of my public variables in Pascal case. I have that enforced in my fucking editor. So that's why
I know. That's why dude, I have like 1,200 errors for that. Like, whenever I do lowercase variables, it's like variable rule.
Then don't do it.
Or some shit. Holy fuck, that drives me nuts.
Then don't do it. Just make it in Pascal case.
I was getting the same error, but how is your name showing up on my thing?
Oh, it's because I have a config file for VS Code that I think gets shared, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, we need
That's
to use
evil.
editor config.
Yeah.
There's like one standard because I use writer and I get none of that shit, and I get different errors because y'all aren't following the resharp or C# style guide. So I have all of the shit because the Pascal case is only for public, right?
Yeah, only for public, which is what it
But
should
if
be.
it's private, it's supposed to be
It's
fucking
camel case.
underscored and all this bullshit. Yeah, it's like it's dumb.
That's actually clean. Yeah, that's actually clean. I should follow it.
Well,
That's
okay,
not-
admittedly I've seen it 2 different ways, and I've been victim of doing it 2 different ways because I'm a lazy piece of shit. And sometimes chat will give me a suggestion, I'll just follow it. What I've stuck to for the most is Pascal case for public, camel case for private. But to your point, Abina, I've seen a lot of people do underscore camel case, right? Like for private, and that just might be actually how it's the real style guide. I have no idea.
That's just like taking your pants off to fart. Like.
Wow.
Bro.
No, see, yeah, underscore for private is no lint error.
Okay.
Right.
Imagine
See,
holding
like-
shift and type one more letter every single time you have a private variable. Fuck
Yeah.
It's gonna take me
It's so we know
an
it's
additional
private.
year.
Yeah. In
It's
fairness,
so we know the variable is private.
in fairness, I kind of get it because if you do a like a local variable for a method, that's just camel case. So I kind of get the 3 different styles. You have Pascal case, which is capitals, then you have the underscore camel case for private variables, but they're global private variables. And then you have the local variable for like a method that should just be only camel case. So I can see how that makes it easy to understand like all 3.
That's fair.
But
It's
am I
a
gonna
month.
do it all the time? I don't know.
No, your editor needs to fucking do it. That's why we need an editor config. Then it'll do it for you on save. Yeah.
That's true.
Wait, so if we added like later, will it like go through all the files and do it for us?
Yeah, it'll be a big ass like rename of every variable like across.
That's
the
crazy.
Whole, yeah.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, so we could do it later. It is like a.
Does that require me to get writer?
No, it doesn't. We just need a .editor config.
Right.
Writer will pick it up.
Yeah.
VS Code, Visual Studio, like everything will pick it up. We just never like defined.
I'll leave it to the real software engineer.
I don't want to do that shit.
We'll just carry on.
Nah, I'll do it.
All right, and you said also we need on tick, right? It's just the same thing?
Yeah, tick. So tick is the method that gets called on every tick.
Thank you, fucking Christ. All right.
Do you have a red thing on your tick?
What do you mean? What, this?
Metric. Oh, no. Yeah. Dude, I thought it was an underscore line.
I was just highlighting.
I'm
so
just blind. So that controller is actually your variable name?
yeah, controller. It's the
It's the public controller reference.
Yeah.
I almost thought it's a class or some shit.
Nah. Okay. All right, so that's it, right? It's the same exact thing. Hand to position equals grab anchor position.
Yeah, try it out.
All right.
If it works, it works.
Alrighty.
You do have a hand tip reference, right?
In
You get
edit
it
mode?
from the. Yeah, you get it from the main controller.
Yeah. I mean, I just yeah, because I have this controller. I don't have a separate one here, but.
Yeah. Okay. That's the way to do it.
Yeah. One thing technically that we, as far as input that we haven't like fully cleaned up is I still use hardware hand for hand command for the edit stick.
Oh.
I don't know if we want to like do that.
Nah.
Fuck it. Yeah.
Fuck it.
It's
there for a reason.
Because hardware hand seems to be set up in a way that it doesn't, it only, like all the other references, like they just don't, like if they don't have references, the memory doesn't get allocated, basically.
Sure. If that works, then.
We do have two redundant versions of hardware hand in the avatar right now, which I only peeped recently. Like none of this shit really matters, to be honest. Like, but
this whole hardware hand thing is very specific to Photon.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
yeah, because it was all about structs,
we had
right?
it because of that. Yeah.
Yeah, like we don't need it, right?
Nah, we don't need it. Yeah. We just use it because it was convenient. The health bar is still fucked up. I don't really. Let me look into that. But
yeah, like what is that? Like what is the health bar?
We will see. All right. Nope, still not following. Oh, it does once I start editing the part, just not before then.
Wait, that's weird.
Well, actually, hold on. I have an idea. Hold on. I think I know why. I just had an early return statement that I think I should have put this before.
In tick.
Yeah. Yeah, if target object is null. Yeah. I'm retarded.
Right.
There we go. Okay.
Okay, you can push it up.
Yeah, I'm just also gonna fix the culling layer thing really quick. I don't want to be looking at that fucking ring.
Oh yeah. The ring is awesome.
Theoretically, yeah. In practice,
no, it's not.
It pisses me the fuck off. It's like Edge Gap in that it's the fucking ghost of Christmas past. It's always like old merges and like creeps back in.
It reminds me of good old time.
No. Those are not good times.
They're not good times, bro. What the fuck even was it? Avatar head.
No, camera.
I know. But what layer was it? It's because the main camera.
Local player. Local.
Right. Yeah. It's not culling the right layer. Culling mask.
It's on everything.
Oh
so
my word. Okay. Yeah.
That.
Local player. Culling layer. There we go. Nice. I think that was it. Yeah. Oakley dokily. Or wait, hold on. Am I being retarded? Yes. No, I'm not. I'm not being retarded. Yes, I'm not being retarded. Okay, cool. Alright. Pushing individual tests completed. Merge.
Can you just give the driving playtest branch to me? I'll take it as a gift and I'll just claim it.
You can have it, but like, bro, the fact that you're not on KT, it like pisses me the fuck off.
It's fine. It's fine. I like standing on your toes.
Grinds my gears, dude.
That's a wild statement. He said, I like standing on your toes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He said, I'm going to annoy you.
No, I'm just...
That's the development equivalent of you standing with your hand in my face telling me you're not touching me. Like, that's sibling behavior, bro. All right, it's pushed up.
It's a child branch. I'm not touching you. God damn it. It's a child branch. It's just, it has your name on it. I'll rename it. How about that?
Yeah, it's my legacy. It's my legacy. You can't rename it. It's got my name on it. It's got the path, bro. You can't, like...
I'll rename the entire path.
This is like my illegitimate child, basically, trying to do some dumb shit.
I'll claim your child.
All right, it's pushed up, gents. Time for the group play.
All right. Main/work.
Yeah, that's right. Like a normal human being.
Wait, so I just go to Unity and switch to that branch?
Yeah, just make sure. Well, you actually just push everything. Unity won't let you switch branches until you push up to your own. So if you have any changes or anything like that, just like clear the change log. So push it up, and then you go like branches, and you'll see like main/Rourke, and then you just right click and say switch workspace to this branch. I do it in the Unity version control tab. So if you don't have that tab, you can. I think you have to add it, but Word. Sick. Wait a minute.
Edge gap.
I
need to delete that. You were saying?
Nah, well, let's test it. I'm gonna I hope this weird avatar thing wasn't the same thing, because if it is, then I can't remember how the fuck we were supposed to fix it. But...
What, the head backwards or something like that?
Nah, it was like wait, we'll see. We'll see. It was some weird shit with the hands.
Like
the hands.
The hands would spawn.
Yeah. Are you sure? Are you sure you didn't have disconnected controllers or something?
I swear to you, I was moving my hands. No,
they wouldn't
move. They wouldn't move.
Oh right, the arms would move, the hands wouldn't move. Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
Well, that's a problem.
It was, yeah, well, let's just see if it fixed itself.
Have you ever had that when you were testing on your own?
No.
Yeah, I've never had that. Taking so long.
Wow, a commit message. I know exactly what I'm getting into. This is crazy.
Holy shit, bro. It's like a new world.
Yeah. And there was no update forced error. It is a new world. I'm trying to tell you.
What is a new world?
I will rid this world of.
Did you know that there's
state of our etiquette? It's proper.
Did you know that there's an Among Us but it's Death Note? It's like an official.
Death?
Yeah, like the anime, but it's like an Among Us game.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Seems like fun though.
Wait, that's cool. That's cool. The idea, like the sound of it, is cool.
Yeah. So somebody ends up being Kira, and then everybody else is.
Oh wait, that's so cool. That could be such a fun VR game too. So you have to actually write the name.
Oh yeah.
On your trying to hide it while you do it. like how fucking what's the name of the character? It's Kira.
Light Yagami.
Yeah, like how he did it. Sneakily. Okay. So delete the entire edge gap filter, right?
Yeah.
Once and for all. I think I'm in.
Okay. I will. I'll jump in here in a second too.
Make sure it's the safety build.
Safe
Phase
build,
3
yeah.
sandblasting.
Yeah.
Safe build.
That's the run. I'm telling you, man, I am going to fucking create that clamshell that I can flip the fucking headset up. I swear to God, it's coming.
The more I look at this, the more I'd be like, maybe the rope isn't necessary.
Well, all right. So to your point, the rope, I think I don't think you need to have the hands like with the out where they are. I think you can have them flush to the gauntlets basically. And yeah. I think the rope is nice and necessary when you like shoot the hand out, but we can like essentially de-scope the rope's presence to kind of that, and then
so that we can hide the issues.
Yeah.
When
now there's like the edge case if you shoot the rope out when you fucking like.
Oh, the driving.
When you're driving,
yeah,
like all that. But shit. I think we can manage that actually pretty well.
Whose fucking hand is that?
Yeah. All right. So the network avatar is still fucked up a little bit, but.
Yeah, I don't see you move.
Yeah. So there's some shit with that. I don't really know what the fuck is going on with that, but we can figure that out.
Is the connection manager reference set?
It is set. Yes.
It was fine on my branch though.
Holy shit! The room time? What the fuck? 17 billion? Fucking what?
I mean, maybe it's because we keep using the same room.
Yeah, that is crazy.
That's how much time we spend in these fucking.
Oh no, that's fucking epoch time, right? That's not like a 0 to 17 billion.
Is it epoch time?
Nope.
I think so. I think it's server time.
All right.
The hand is really concerning.
Is your hand like fucked up as in it doesn't actually like, can you use them?
Who, Abina?
No, just you,
no.
Casey.
I'm not even in the scene. That's not me.
Oh.
My hands are fucked up. See my hands? Your hands are fucked up. Those hands are fucked. All the hands are fucked.
All right, so we have problems with hands. So you can't even use them.
Movement.
You can't even use them.
And movement, because you guys are stacked on each other.
Okay, yeah. The network avatar is fucked up. We've established that, yeah.
Yeah, because I can't rocket jump.
Right.
So I can't get on this car.
Okay. But because my hands.
How come you can?
My hands are working.
Why does it work on
shit.
yours?
Yeah, I don't know.
Exactly.
So we all see that
nope.
you didn't see anything.
I saw nothing.
All right. All right. That is an interesting bug. All right. Well, that's good to know.
Are you sure you guys are on the same scene?
Yes? Question mark?
See,
I've been
A free sandbox safe build.
Yep.
Right?
in branch main/work.
yeah.
Let me jump in the scene. Give
Okay.
me one
Oh,
sec.
you want to jump into this?
I want everybody
Yeah, I
to
wanna-
take a second, and because nobody sees any parts on the car, right?
No.
Sure.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good to know. I want to take everybody to take a second and go into their hierarchy. Do you see 3 like cooling system clones, like NP cooling system clones, just sitting at the base of your hierarchy? So like not parented to anything.
Yep. And they are all inside of.
Yeah, they're basically at 0, 0, 0. Okay. So that means that they're not being like parented correctly. So we need to look in the logs. If you go to custom object manager, if you go to custom object manager in your logs, you just type that in.
I'll copy paste it because.
Yep. You get added. Do you get things that say like added part with UUID 1, added part with UUID 2, added part with UUID 3? You get like those logs.
Yep.
Word. Okay. So that part is working. All right. So if you go to vehicle customization manager,
Okay, one thing.
Yeah.
So the I found the issue with the avatar. So this is still local player 1.
oh,
Yeah, so we should just make that
oh,
the
and then in the
player
avatar
1.
manager, that's my bad. All right,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Okay. If you see something that says, if you search for VCM, do you see anything in your logs that says that? If, yeah, okay. If you look at Vehicle Customization Manager in your logs, like filter for all 3 logs, errors, and warnings. For Vehicle Customization Manager.
Yeah, I don't see it at all.
Okay.
I'll type DCM. I did not see it.
All right. So that is a. All right, that's a sign. All right, so here's what's happening that's kind of confusing me. And we can walk through the problem. Is so
First,
yeah.
let's fix this thing.
Oh yeah, we can fix this first. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I changed it back to the right one. I still don't see my hands. Maybe all of you should need to do it.
I think you need to do it. It's on initialization. I think that's the problem.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. And then main camera needs to be the head. Left controller needs to be left controller. Right controller needs to be right controller. Alright. I can save that and push it up if you guys just, and then you guys can pull it.
Update. Fix this. Benches.
Alright. Pushed up. So, since you're on my branch account, you should just see if you go to the version control tab, you'll see like incoming changes.
Yeah, and then just
Right
update
there.
which
Yeah,
goes.
you just update. Okay. Alright, since we... Just so we don't, like, I don't lose the logs, so we don't run it again. Let me just explain the flow really quick and where this went wrong in multiplayer play mode. I thought it was only just a multiplayer play mode thing, but it might not be. If I go to... Alright. So, we have our vehicle customization manager. The flow's pretty simple. When a person attaches a part to the car, right? They do model.parts and they create a new part model with the part ID and then the UUID. This is what allows the object to be parented. This is like what the custom object manager is. That's that centralized dictionary and everything. They add those two things to the model. Now, you've registered the object correctly with the manager, so that's not the problem. So it's not like an instantiation problem. The problem seems to be that there's on real-time model replace, right? We subscribe to the model added and model removed events, right? Current model.parts.model added. Right, like that's the real-time set. Normal shit. That should call on part added, which at the very least, you should get this log that says VCM sync part added. Right? And then that's where you call try parent part. But you're not even getting this log. So for some reason, on this model sync event is not even being called. Which I thought it was because like this, maybe I didn't have a change event, but I do. And it's reliable.
Okay, so when does part get added to this model?
Right. So in attached part, which gets called only by the person attaching the part for the first time, right? They prepare the part, they instantiate the part, and then they create a new part model with the part ID and the UUID before they finish attaching the part, basically. So the reason I know this happens is because below this, I parent the part for myself first, right? And this does happen. So I'm successfully parenting the part for myself. So we have to get through this, basically, line right here. And I've debugged it before too, where like we do get through this line.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's not. I mean, to your point, maybe we're not subscribing.
Ooh, because also, something that we should all add, by the way, to our real-time components. I've started adding this. That's really fucking fun. Is that in? Hold on. You can get these context menu functions or methods, which is basically where if you go to these triple dots on the right and you hit this, you can get a button, and this can be run real time. So I have this thing for print model contents. So it'll just print the current model, like everything that's in the current model. It is so fucking helpful. Basically.
That's clutch. Yeah.
So I have printed this before on the remote clients. Like if we run this right now, you'll see that the parts are in them. They're there. The models are there. Like you'll see them, but just for whatever reason the event doesn't fire consistently or sometimes at all.
I don't know. I mean, because they're supposed to, like, I feel like that's how so much of our game works. So, like, I mean, in my head, something is making it not, but I don't know what.
So this was on real-time model replace was the culprit for fucking things up for me before. So I wonder if I'm just, if we look at this really closely, have I fucked it up? Like, so we have previous model is null. We unsubscribe from the previous model, right? Is not null, sorry. If the current model isn't null, if it's a fresh model, late joiner is false. If it is whatever, it's true. And then we subscribe to current model.parts.model added is this method. That's us subscribing to the event. Is there any way that I'm like inside of the wrong if statement or like?
Okay, so what's concerning to me, so I'm looking at late joiner parenting.
Yeah.
And I searched for VCM, right?
Yeah.
And I got nothing. But I was a late joiner. So this is only if you shot a part and it was parented. I should see this, right?
So you basically, yeah, if I parented parts, if any parts are parented to the car, it basically just looks through, it actually, what it does is it just looks through the current model, and all the parts that are in that model, you need to parent all of them. Because it just assumes you haven't, obviously, because you haven't.
Right. Okay, but...
Oh, because you're not even getting that, which is a good point.
Yeah, so I'm just like, what? So, because I'm just still on real-time model.
Right.
Yeah, let's say I registered to these. I'm just going to assume that I am.
Yeah.
And then the rest is just this late joiner.
Yeah.
And technically, I'm always a late joiner if I didn't make this model, right?
Right.
In this context. I think that's what that means. Because it's like, if I'm a fresh model, I'm not a late joiner. Like everyone else is. So only if there's parts will I run this. At the time that I spawned in, there were no parts, right? So this, not the culprit.
Maybe though, because if we tried, I feel like I remember late joiners not working in this context either. So
yeah, because we're just trying to get a VCM.
Yeah.
Because that's like, yeah, that's, like is this synced?
That's the sync block basically. Like
yeah, like this. Yeah, this one we didn't get. So like, I mean, we can run it again because also there is the like, our player was fucked up, and that could have knock-on effects. So,
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of the things that fuck, I have all these VIS things. My bad. One of the things that one of the things that you do as a part of the spawn process is you register your you register with the ID generator, like a static one, and that may have gotten fucked up by the avatars being a little fucked up, but it shouldn't have a huge amount. So yeah.
How about UV client? I try to customize for the first time.
That's a good time.
And,
yeah. You jump in first. Let me push up I made some small comment edits.
You made more changes, bro?
Yeah, just some small edits to the debug. Sorry, my bad.
No, I can't pick up shit.
That's so weird.
Bro. That's what I'm saying. Something is probably like saved on this avatar that's like not saved or some shit. Because like, how is it not set up on my seat?
That to me is
It's
crazy.
set up on yours.
That to me is crazy. So, I have like a couple of these inactive avatars in the scene. They shouldn't be causing issues, but maybe they are. I have no idea.
Yeah, we probably. Yeah, I would say we should try without them. This doesn't have to be said, but it probably should.
Okay. I will. Let me delete these unnecessary things out of here. Just in case they are causing issues. Deleting disabled avatars is such a ominous statement. Okay. Scheisse. Alright, it's pushed up.
My fault, I was downstairs.
Oh, good. Holy shit. The Lakers just sold for 10 billion.
They just sold them?
The DeBus family just sold the Lakers.
To who?
I don't know.
What?
The Saudi Wealth Fund. The sovereign fucking.
I'm selling majority of to Mark Walter, who owns the Dodgers.
Oh shit. He owns LA now.
Holy shit.
That's insane.
Dude, Dr. Bus is rolling in his grave, bro, I swear. Actually, not that much, considering Jerry Buss. Do you want to know how much Jerry Buss bought the Lakers for? 67 million. I mean, adjusted for inflation, that's a lot of money, but that's not 10 billion.
Yeah. Damn. They really like sold the Lakers? That's crazy.
That's nuts.
I know some Sheik is like big man right now.
Yeah. Yeah, he's pissed, bro.
He said, I got 10 bill. Like, easy. I would have bought the Lakers, bro. I love Kobe. Sure.
Dude, I think you're going to see a lot of these valuations for teams maybe kind of start to plummet a little bit, though. I don't know. Because,
I
like...
don't think so, man. Sports betting.
But, you're right. Never mind. You're right.
Yeah, the people who are betting on these things, I feel like they're only going to get more valuable.
Yeah. It's crazy that the Knicks and the Cowboys are technically still, like, projected to be the most valuable franchises in the world. Even over, like, Real Madrid and shit, like, it's just, like, it's because it all has to do with sports betting. Like,
yeah. Shit's great.
All right. Hey, how about you run it? Yeah, you run it, and then I'll be quiet. Cause then, yeah, if my hands are fucked up, we know something. We know something's weird.
There's no way that I messed it up right because I was
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry, you're good. This was like it was sort of a soft issue that I thought was just gonna resolve because we did the right whatever, but it hasn't seemed to work out.
Bro, look at my hands on the floor. What the fuck?
That's still fucking crazy. All right, well.
Like, let me click on them first, because I'm like talking shit, but like, what are they doing?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, do they have like references that aren't right or something?
Or is it LOD shit?
Can't be. Nah.
Yeah, why? Sticky hand state machine is off.
Those things should be on.
Controller is off.
Those things should just be on. Why are they off? That's wild. I've had this before where for some reason components are just turning themselves off and I have no idea why.
Why? Yeah, they're on, so like what turns them off? Is it some like fucked up reference? Edit hand mode has a null reference.
There you go.
Line 76.
76? On disable. Nope, that's the wrong one. Never mind. I'm an idiot.
Edit hand mode, line 76.
Edit state machine. Edit state machine. But that's all.
I don't really know what this does.
The state, it's just like it. Yeah, it's important, but
maybe that's actually not the issue. It's at the end.
Yeah, it's also on exit mode.
Yeah.
That's crazy. How it's not happening to you either, bruh.
Yeah, but like if you spawn in right now, as like, or not right now, wait, but like if you spawn in after, you're saying that your hands work? Like,
Probably.
Your hands are fine. What the fuck?
Probably. I'm gonna try it right now, but I'm guessing yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, I get that.
My hands are on the ground.
I know. That's the problem. It's because the sticky hand controller for some reason gets turned off just for you guys.
And yours work just fine?
Yepers.
What the fuck?
I have had this happen before, and I do not remember how it got resolved.
But it did get resolved.
But it was something different, yeah. But yeah, my hands are fine.
Okay. But see, now I see your hands okay.
Yeah.
Like they look fine to me. Like they look on your body.
Yeah.
To me.
And yours look on
my
the floor.
hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like.
So they are where they are, like, actually. But... Alright. Second thing. Spawn a car for me.
Car that I can't jump onto.
Yep. Alright.
Wow.
So we still don't get VCM, right? No logs or anything of that nature. Wow. How strange. Oh. KT, are you seeing parts because you're spawning the thing there? Are you seeing like anything get attached?
I left the scene. I can reach
is that a con? Never mind, a con?
That's me.
Did you see anything get
I'm spawning shit.
Okay, do you see like a big ass square fan?
The fan?
Yeah.
Nah.
Okay.
I do not.
All right. Well, that's good in some sense because it means the behavior is kind of consistent. Well, watch this. So, you guys see at some point a fan's gonna start growing out of the fucking wall there.
No.
All right, hold on. Just let it keep going.
Okay, I see that. Yeah, because it's at 0, 0.
Yeah. So the fan does exist, and the customization does work.
To a degree, right? There's this issue, but we don't know. The collider is on this massive object. I'm getting out the fucking
Hear me. That's so...
but anyway, all right. So, all right. There's a problem with the. There's a problem with the. Yeah. There's a problem with some shit. I don't really know what it is. The model event's not firing, and our hands are fucked up. Okay, I have to jump in like 5 minutes, but let's just think about like where the problem could. So I don't think the hand thing is 100% related, because when I've tested this on multiplayer play mode on by myself, I've had this issue before. So I don't necessarily think the hand stuff is involved. I won't rule it out, but when the hands have been working fine for me on both clients, it's still there. But let's look at...
Yeah, we could rule out hands. It's a separate issue.
Let's look at... hold on. Let's see. Let's look at... one sec. Let's look at VIS for a second. And just compare the patterns, because this is where I took the I took this like stencil for on real-time model replace. Alright. It's kind of the same. Like, because I feel like I remember doing this. If previous... Hold on, wait, one sec. One sec. There's potential. There's potential. Wait. Did I flip it the wrong way around? No, I didn't. I didn't flip it the wrong way around. I thought previous model and current model were backwards. So yeah, in passengers, there's passengers dot model added, and then passengers dot model added, parts dot model added, parts dot model added. So the one thing I do, I guess, is instead of if
well, it's the same issue though, because the data is updating. I'm not getting like these logs, right?
Right,
so
right.
We are seeing the data just at 0, 0.
Right. Now, check this out. It could just be this, where it's if not remote return. I don't know why, because I feel like that theoretically should work. Because if you're not, because I always thought remote meant the change was, you know, from a remote client, you know? If this could be the problem, because if we're not getting this log statement after this early return, it could just be that we're returning early for some reason. So let me quickly add a log statement for on part added. Alright. I'm gonna throw that in as well. Because I could just say, like, I don't know. My understanding of the Boolean for remote could just be off. I have no idea. Okay, just push it up.
So the hand issue, Rourke, is something to do with edit mode. So edit mode is the thing that turns it off. I removed it from the modes, and then the hand came back.
Okay, well, let's have a look. Because it's not doing it for me, but... on enter mode.
On one hand.
So on enter mode, yeah, I have no idea. Doesn't really look like it's turning anything off, but it probably is. Okay, let's run this one real quick, and then I gotta go, and then I can leave you guys to see if you can figure some shit out, but if not, just switch off your branches. We got other work to do. And I'll be back like in a little bit tonight, and I'll keep looking at it.
Yeah, you're good, man. You can bounce. I think we can take a stab at it, and then if no dice, yeah, we still have like other code to review.
Let's run this one thing right here, and because I want to see if at the very least on part added is being called. Like if it's the early return, then I can maybe understand, because I don't have a log statement. I just added a log statement before that early return, so I'll run it. And if you get that sync statement, then we're somewhat in business. But to your point, Abina, you're not even getting the sync statements for being a... I mean, we haven't tested being a late joiner, admittedly, but... we'll see. Okay. Everybody's hands fucked up except for me. Still funny. Alright. Spawn skateboard. Alright, here we go. Okay, so obviously you don't see anything, which is fine. But...
I see a part.
What?
There's a part.
You do see it?
There's a part.
Okay, see, that's what's fucking me up, because it's inconsistent.
I see the capsule still too.
Yeah, which is fine.
These damn logs now too.
The capsule is not the capsule doesn't despawn. That's part of I will add that, but the all right. So now you are getting all these logs, and everything does seem somewhat fine, but nothing really changed. I added one log statement in front of an early return. That's it. Like, what the fuck fundamentally changed?
I don't know.
How about you spawn a
It
skateboard?
could be a race condition, right? Because
Well, so that's what I thought, but I have already handled that. So everything with parenting happens after. Basically, we queue it because there could be a race condition between you getting the manager ID and you getting the like actually having the ID available because it's not in the dictionary yet or whatever. So we queue it. We basically just say like, hey, once you do, there's gonna be a separate event that's gonna tell you.
Oh, have you shot parts of my car?
This one doesn't. I don't have anything on these ones yet. It's only the skateboard.
No, my skateboard.
Yes.
I see no parts on it.
Okay, that's a decent start. All right. That's a decent start. Okay.
Oh, I see parts here. No parts here.
All right. So here's what we want to do. Click the normal prototype, the one that's like your one, Abena.
Yeah.
Go to vehicle customization manager and hit the triple dots and say print model contents.
Is it on the root?
Yeah, on the root, yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it should just be at the like very last log statement, basically. Do you have something that says like part ID 26 UUID, a long ass number?
Let me just try again. Let me clear my logs and try it again. I have vehicle ownership change from -1 to -1.
Okay, that's weird. Okay, wait. This is actually really important. So for some reason, there's clients that are -1. Shouldn't that never happen?
Well, ownership meaning something's unowned. I think that's fine.
But
I don't think a person should ever be -1.
Well, that's the interesting thing. So if you look on my screen here, you'll see part ID 26, UUID like 28147 whatever, right? So when I make this static ID generator, I enforce it to be an unsigned integer. So I convert every integer that I get to an unsigned integer, basically, because there's a counter involved. The only reason why a number would get this big is because it was a negative, right? Like when a negative is turned into an unsigned integer, it turns into like the maximum int that you can get, right? So like the client ID that's supposed to be used here, I think somewhere is like we get a negative client ID or something. And it happens kind of inconsistently. It's weird.
Yeah, I mean, this looks different. This looks like, because it says normal vehicle on transform owner did change.
Uh-huh.
And when I click that, that's when that gets.
Right. All right. Well,
so like, yeah.
There's weird model shit going on here. Weird normal shit. That's, I guess, all I can say. Beyond that, I have no idea. That seems to be the root of the problem. Like the parenting and all that shit, like, is logically sound and seems to work. It's just this, like, in the registration of these like custom objects and stuff, seems to work. It's just this like weird fucking thing in the middle that I don't get.
Yeah, man. Shit. I mean, we aren't gonna solve it right now.
No.
We gotta go.
Yeah. But,
yeah.
I'll make a note of it in the like merge log, or if you can, I'm gonna make a note of it in the merge log that it's fucked up.
Well, this is still in your branch, right?
Yeah, but just like for the code
like,
review, whatever it was.
Oh, got you. I mean, yeah, I don't think we have like or take notes. I think that's a good point. We should probably take like meeting notes and shit. But I can make like a QA thing for this. I guess like that's really all we can do because like we know there's a problem,
right?
But we don't really know the customization system. So
right,
second you leave, all of that domain knowledge leaves as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so it's okay, honestly. I think for what it's worth, we really wanted to merge these avatars, and we partly did.
Yeah.
There are some issues, and it could be affecting both systems.
Right.
So I think that's a good point to like leave it on. I could make a QA thing kind of for it, and like, yeah, we could just come back to it.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, then. In which case, I gotta bounce for a little bit. Feel free to continue with the code review and shit. I'm sure you got other shit to go over. And,
I gotta bounce as well. But I'll hop back
we
to
can
my
end
branch.
it here.
All right, word.
This is a good stop.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Some fucked up shit. Okay. Well, it's a bummer. I thought that problem was fixed, but it is clearly not. I will try and see about it tonight, because I don't know. We just gotta move past this as fast as we can. So I gotta just figure it out.